Glad you guys could make it. Here for the potluck? Come on in, come on in. I love forms and textures, the act of creation, the ingenuity of an amazing design. Showing people new things and seeing them light up is absolutely exciting. Yeah, whether it's, a grown-up coming to clay play and sticking their hands on some clay and like, oh my God, I haven't done this since I was 10. Just like, yes, get in there. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so dirty, it's amazing. There's a lot of art in Oakland. Like almost everyone in Oakland is an artist, which is really great. And with that comes an incredible appreciation for the arts, and everyone is just kind of stoked on art, which is awesome. I've done open studios throughout Berkeley and with Pro Arts and all of that, and it's really great to be part of the Bay art scene. This neighborhood has a lot to give, and it needs more art. Everyone needs more art.
In my artistic process, I like to experiment a lot, and I don't like to be attached to one I don't like to be attached to one visual language, and so I'm constantly just trying to explore different languages. And in 2014, when I went to go see a show by Henry Matisse, and I saw his cutout show, I was really inspired to do my own cutouts and have my body of shapes that I could reuse and kind of compose in different ways. They're all remains of different kinds of processes. So it's great to be able to take different remnants of different projects and then just play with them. I usually just like to experiment so I can just learn more about my materials and about colors and shapes. It's good to just play, not to have, because that's how you get to really learn. I've always been hyper aware of my gender, not because of I wanted to, but because that's the kind of society we live in, where women, especially women of color, have to consistently be aware of their surroundings and aware of how just how we move in the world. I just always had to understand the world from two perspectives. And it also meant that I had to be operating ahead of everyone else, because I had to always be ready for the biases and for the sexism and for all the extra layers of things that women are forced to deal with. The election in 2016 really has altered in very significant ways all kinds of sectors, and that the art sector is one of those sectors. What I see is that more and more artists are getting engaged in social issues. Wow, that's so cool. Wow, that blue looks really good. Mm. And then I like how it blends with the green. Mm-hmm. It's normalized now to be engaged in social issues. It's even normal for institutions like museums to take stands on things. What I would like to see in all of the art world is a more deliberate attempt to really have inclusion. And not just inclusion in terms of representation, but inclusion in terms of power and access. So I think we're far from that. But that's the work that I strive to do as an artist, is to bring up those issues and to organize people around them.
I love Oakland. I live in Oakland, I work in Oakland, so I'm a huge, I suppose, groupie for Oakland. So I find it very energetic, very growing town, very the activism, the political milieu. My career path, my educational path hasn't been exactly, I suppose, boxed within, the idea that arts administrators and curators or directors must have a curatorial degree or must have an art history degree. Everything that I do is about providing access, providing this notion that art is for everyone and everybody can enjoy, engage with art, and participate in art. I've always been someone who is very much engaged with justice. I learned a lot of things, such as you don't have to have a art history degree or curatorial degree in order to be interested in what you do, to be good at what you do, to curate, or to be respectful and to support artists and art. And I see the future of the art, a lot of arts institutions as very important, especially in our socio-political and socio-economic climate today. I think that as directors of such institutions and curators, we have a great responsibility to always, first and foremost, support the artists and the art that is happening either on local, micro level or larger, global level. But at the same time, I think that it's very important for us to always question what we do and to question the institutional status or the institutional parameters of how we do things. And we have to remain open to new ideas, to emerging voices, to diverse voices, to those that are not usually represented within the art world. It has to be an atmosphere and a space that people like to come in and engage and have and feel comfortable and engaged and have fun.